Well, quite clearly, Joe Biden is not okay. He does not have full cognitive ability, and he is not fit to serve as President of the United States. But while this information is brand new to the watchers of CNN and the readers of the New York Times, it isn't anything new to viewers of this program. In fact, we've been reporting on Joe Biden's deteriorating mental state for years now. But some reporters turned a blind eye to the obvious and labelled the observations a conspiracy theory. In a 2020 article from the Canberra Times, reporter Dan Dixon told his paper's readers all about the perils of Sky News After Dark. You see, Dixon was angry that we had reported evidence of Biden's cognitive decline. He said the fact that the claim is, at the very least, highly contested, has not stopped Sky News from fueling the conspiracy. It seems Dixon thinks that scenes like this are just a conspiracy.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with for the ability for the.
Our reporting at the time also showed the President of the United States being unable to function properly. Now, that was clear to anyone who was looking, despite the White House's recent attempt to dismiss real videos as misinformation because they were not edited in a way that the White House would prefer. The associate editor of left-wing blog Crikey, Cam Wilson, also weighed in. Sky News Australia has published 5 articles in the past 5 days about Joe Biden's supposed cognitive decline, Mr. Wilson tweeted in February 2023. And after the debate, Wilson deleted that humiliating take without correcting the record, of course. But no outlet has lied to the public more brazenly and more aggressively than The Guardian. Media reporter Amanda Mead was upset in 2021 that our audience was growing. She wrote a whole column about it. And of course, she blamed conspiracy theories for our growth. She wrote the secret to Sky's success online is provocative right-wing commentary. When Miranda Devine told Paul Murray this week that US President Joe Biden had a cognitive impairment without any evidence, it went viral, Amanda wrote before sledging everyday people, commenting what was clearly right in front of them, that they were spreading conspiracy theories in the comments. Now, just to refresh The Guardian's memory, here is some evidence.
Anyway, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. I was just thanking, anyway. I just, look, I mean, Putin's kleptocracy, yeah. It was in January, after being elected, the late January, early February.
But the most stunning and egregious example of misinformation has to be from Anne Davies, also published in The Guardian. In a 2,700-word article published about this network in 2021, which simultaneously claims that Sky News Australia is dangerous to democracy, but also that nobody watches it. She labels our content extremist and far-right, saying we spread conspiracy theories on COVID-19, with particular emphasis on it being developed in a Chinese lab, the stolen US election, Hunter Biden's email and laptop scandal, and Joe Biden's mental capacity. So let's go through those conspiracy theories. We were one of the only networks in the world to investigate the origins of COVID-19 at the time. It is now a mainstream viewpoint. The Hunter Biden laptop scandal was widely dismissed as misinformation. Guess what? It wasn't. And on Joe Biden's mental capacity, the evidence is beyond question. Now, keep all of this in mind when you read these ridiculous hit pieces on The Guardian, where they try to invent reasons that no one watches them on YouTube. These journalists are activists. They dismiss major worldwide news events that were clear to us and clear to you, our viewers, as conspiracy theories because they were damaging to their reporters' side of politics. It demonstrates why you can never trust anything that is published on that website. Darren Davidson, let's bring you in. My gripe with what a lot of reporters have done over the last couple of years is denying the legitimate observations that a normal, reasonable person makes when viewing the president speaking, and trying to gaslight people, refer to it as conspiracy theories. Now, I understand why the White House might want to push that narrative, but for supposedly professional journalists to label those observations that, I just think is extraordinary.
I agree. I mean, a very generous account would be to say that, we cast our minds back to COVID. Biden was basically hiding in a basement. And after that, he continued to really severely limit his public interactions. So if you were being generous, you could say there were not many opportunities for the press to witness what is actually inescapable, which is that his health is quite bad, and that certainly wasn't exaggerated by your reporting, as you've just laid out. But the most damning fact to me was the media assembled in Atlanta for that presidential debate, which you covered on your YouTube channel and on air. That the reaction of the press there was one of just complete shock, when it was very obvious to many people, and it has been reported that his health is in serious decline. The truth, I believe, is that the media deliberately ignored it, turned a blind eye to it, because they felt that by reporting the true state of Biden's health would be helping to get Trump elected, which is something many of them do not want to do. But that's absolutely no excuse for abandoning their first duty, which is to report the truth and hold the powerful to account. And he should be held account for his mental sharpness or lack thereof. He's the most powerful man in the world, and it should be, and it is absolutely a story to report on that. And it's simply astounding for this entire country, including its most seasoned reporters, the US country that is, to be as shocked as everybody else is, despite the reporting that you've laid out in recent years on this.